Hey you, listen to me. You need to listen to me really quick. I don't have long. I need to talk to you. I need to talk to you about the new season. Oh my god, it's coming. Brace yourself. And that's how she got akumatized. We need to talk. You and me. One-on-one. It's time to talk about Miraculous Ladybug. As we know, I talk about magical girls on my channel, so it's no shortage that I should be talking about Miraculous Ladybug. And it is one of my most favorite magical girl shows. I'm sure many of you, like myself, got into Miraculous Ladybug and fell into the hell pit of the show because it started out so good. It was so strong. It was so good. It was entertaining. And then the weird stalking thing happened with Marinette. And so this is what I want to talk about in today's video. So if you haven't been keeping up with Miraculous Ladybug, the new season did just drop a little while ago, and I do believe episodes are still coming out, and this episode has actually been out for a while. I've just been catching up because it's been really hard to get it where I am. So we actually got an episode. I will put it right here. I think it's called Desertion, if I'm correct. It is about Marinette and her backstory. So obviously this is going to be a little bit of a spoiler video because I am going to tell you what happens to kind of explain Marinette's character and why I don't like the way that they did this. Okay, so spoiler out of the way, let's get to it. So if you have ever watched Miraculous Ladybug, I'm sure you are very aware with Marinette's behavior towards Adrien, her crush, and the way that she basically stalks him. It's kind of creepy. At first you're like, oh, it's kind of cute. She wants to know everything about him. That's really cute. And then it gets creepy. Because then she starts stalking him. It goes from just imagining, life in the future, when we're married and have kids and pets and stuff. Because, that's what every, teenage girl does. Every teenage girl has that kind of fantasy. At first, it's not super weird. But then, as the season continues, it starts to get a little too much. She becomes creepily stalkery towards this boy. It's borderline crazy how she acts. And so with this new season, we have gotten an episode explaining, let me put that out there, explaining why she is the way that she is. So this is the spoiler territory. I'm going to tell you about that episode and just sum it up real quick for you guys. So basically, before Adrien, Marinette actually had a crush on Kim, which is this dude. She had a really big crush on him, and she was just madly in love with him. She thought he was really cute and a really sweet, nice boy. And then one day he gives her a ring box, and she's like, oh my god, so sweet. And out crawls a bunch of spiders as a prank. And he's sitting there laughing at her as she falls into the pool and basically embarrasses herself in front of everyone, in front of Chloe, the girl that hates her and she hates back. So yeah, pretty embarrassing. While I don't necessarily agree with the way they've done this, at least we have a little bit of backstory on why Marinette is the way that she is. In the episode, she states, "This is the reason that I will never tell a boy that I like him before I know everything about him. Know that he's not going to treat me the way that Kim treated me, that he's not going to make fun of me, make a fool of myself. I'm going to learn everything about him. I'm going to learn his schedule. I'm going to learn his mom's name. I'm going to learn everything about him. I need to know everything before I confess." Crazy, but in a way, kind of understandable. I understand where she's coming from. She does not want to be that embarrassed and heartbroken, because she was very heartbroken afterwards. And it's really weird, to be honest, because you see them interacting and they never have any weird instances with each other, which I will talk about in a minute. But let's just think about this for a minute. After everything that they went through, after everything Marinette went through with Kim, the entire show, she has no issues with him. This is where my issue happened and where my brain started thinking, this does not feel right. So basically, in my opinion, and I do believe a lot of other fans of Miraculous who watched this episode did also kind of have the same opinion, that this felt like something that the writers kind of just threw in to kind of try to vanquish the stalking meme about Marinette. Because let's face it, some of the stuff that she does is extremely creepy. I don't care if you're a 14-year-old and you're in love, that's just creepy, okay? Let's just draw the line there. That's creepy. it does feel like something that is kind of rushed. It feels like they just threw that plot line in there because they didn't want the stalking memes, or they wanted to make Marinette the hero again, because kind of in the fandom, like I wouldn't say she's not a hero. I would say that the fandom kind of does think a little bit negatively about her as the main hero of the franchise, considering how crazy she is to her love interest. Because it's a little weird. And while I was looking at comments left by fans on either that video or just talking about it in general on some sort of social media post, a lot of people also agree that it felt rushed. Why did Marinette never bring up the topic of Kim? Why was he never brought up as like a bully to her? Because I'm sorry, but if you like give someone a box full of spiders as like a prank, that feels like bullying to me. Like that's mean. That's not a prank. That's literally just bullying. Like, it's a spider. That's gross. He embarrassed her in front of everyone, and I don't remember what her friend's name is, but it's the one who looks like her, just slightly older. I'm sorry that I don't remember her name, but her. She strikes me as a really weird character, okay? And aren't they cousins? I believe they're cousins. But she strikes me as a really weird character because after everything that Marinette goes through, especially with the Kim situation, and you know, being heartbroken and just frustrated and humiliated, her friend never says anything about the way that she acts, especially towards Adrian. And Alia never does either, which feels weird to me. Like, I don't like that a lot of people in this universe, especially that are close to Marinette, don't try to say anything about her behavior. It's very weird, okay? Like I said, I understand being a young teen and in love and stuff, but girl, you do not need to know his sleeping arrangements. Like, you don't need to know what time he goes to bed, what time he wakes up in the middle of the night to go pee, what time he has to go poop. You don't need to know that. That's just crazy, okay? Crazy. Marinette is definitely one of those characters that I love, but I definitely cringe at her. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I love her character. I love the idea of her character. And honestly, I like her more as Ladybug. I think her as Ladybug is much more responsible. Like, yes, she does lose things and does mess up from time to time, but you know what? That's part of being a superhero, and she is a teenager. I understand the frustration she has as fighting this very huge, very bad supervillain, Hawkmoth, and now being in charge of all the Miraculouses. All of that weight is now on her shoulder. If something happens to those Kwamis, it's now her fault as the owner. I understand why Ladybug might be frustrated, and I understand why Marinette as Ladybug would be frustrated, but I just don't like the way that Marinette portrays her relationships. It's really weird. Now I need to talk about my favorite boy, Luca, because I am always going to be a fan of Luca. No, I don't really want Luca and Adrian. No, I don't really want Luca and Marinette to get together. Would I be against it? No. Should he be with me instead? Yeah. But we're not going to talk about that. I do want to talk about her relationship with Luca, because it's very weird once again. And what do I mean by that? So, if you don't know, Luca is kind of like the side boy, you know. He's kind of there in like season 3, season 4 to kind of make like, you know, a love triangle, maybe like, you know, shift Marinette's mind from Adrian just a bit, because he's all like, she's just a friend. Luca steps in. And this is what I don't like about Marinette and Luca's relationship. I don't like that it is very clear to her that he likes her. He is very blunt with it, and they do start dating. And I say dating because it didn't really feel real to me, which is sad. I don't know how to explain it. It just didn't feel right to me. And it's not because I was rooting for Marinette and Adrian. It just felt weird. Like, the way that they were in a relationship felt weird. I felt really bad for Luca in this relationship with Marinette because she was always running away from him, and obviously she has to be secretive, and he knows her secret. He knows as a Kwami holder himself. He knows that Marinette is Ladybug, and he does what he can to keep her secret and not to worry her. You know, like, he doesn't want to upset her. He doesn't want her to know that he knows that she is Ladybug, because one, she'll be in danger, he'll be in danger, and two, you know, her whole thing is secret identity. Don't let anybody know who is who in the miraculous verse, whatever. don't let anybody know who you are. The whole time, she always feels like she's running away. Like, he is here and she's like going over here somewhere. Like, I just don't like the way that the relationship felt. It did feel slightly forced. Like, obviously there was some build-up, but it felt a little forced to me. And especially the breakup. The breakup felt so forced to me. Luca did not do anything wrong. Marinette didn't do anything wrong. And you know, I don't hate the way that they broke up, because sometimes it just happens. You know, Marinette likes someone else. She has a huge crush on Adrien, but Luca likes her. She doesn't necessarily love him, you know, the way that she loves Adrien. She does love him, but not that same way. And I understand that. Sometimes you need to break up to be with a person that, you know, you really want to be with. And I get that, but I just don't like how dirty he got done by her. Like, even after they broke up, Min was always there for her. He was always by her side, always trying to help her. When she was crying over Adrien after they broke up, he was still there. He was rooting for her to be with Adrien. He is in love with this woman, and he was rooting for her to be with the other guy because he cares about her happiness. Can we get an amen? I just don't like how their relationship turned out. I really liked in the beginning when they were introduced. I felt like it was good for Marinette. Maybe good to have another guy in her life to show her that the way that Adrien has been kind of dancing around her for the last couple seasons just isn't right. Like, it's okay to have a crush and kind of flirt around, but you know, he doesn't really flirt with her. He flirts with Ladybug because he's in love with Ladybug, which is Marinette as Ladybug. Superhero disguise, you know. And then we get into the Marinette and Cat Noir arc. Oh my god. I would be a fool, a liar, stupid if I did not say that I was also one of the people who did kind of like Marinette and Chat Noir. Like, once again, it is still Marinette and Adrien. Ladybug and Chat Noir. Same people, but they don't know that. They don't know that. So, I honestly don't mind it, but once again, I feel like Marinette is just all over the place. I feel like she doesn't know where her emotions lie anymore. Like, I understand where this girl's coming from for the 47th time. I understand, but the way she goes about this is all wrong to me. Like, I know that she has been in love with Adrien for, like, I would say maybe a year or so at this point. I don't know where they are, how long the series is really taking place, but for us, it's been like 5 seasons, so it's been a while. So, like, I know that she's been kind of within this weird relationship with Adrien where he's always very nice to her, very kind and caring to her, but at the end of the day, he's always like, she's just a friend. She's just a friend. Hey, Kagami, which I don't like. Also, the Adrien and Kagami relationship, once again, felt really forced to me. And I like Kagami, but I feel like she kind of pressured him, or at least put some pressure on him. Obviously, it was his choice to go out with her, but once again, didn't last because obviously he's in love with Ladybug, who is Marinette. I understand why Marinette's character might be trying to, you know, fall in love somewhere else. Maybe her heart is taking her to someone else. Like, we have Luca and we have Chat Noir, who in her mind are 2 different people from Adrien. And you know, Adrien's just kind of been dancing around her. So it's not that big of like a plot hole for her to start liking someone else who takes interest in her. But I just feel like it's really weird the way at season 5 she just automatically, like, it's like almost automatically too, that she just falls in love with Chat Noir. All of a sudden, she likes him, and she has this big like moment where she's like, oh my god, there's no way that I would like him. There is absolutely no way. Well, she has that kind of a moment, and like, I get it, but like, for 5 seasons, this woman has been saying, no, take your rose away from me. I don't like you. I have eyes for Adrien only, even though he is Adrien. I don't know that he's Adrien, you know? It's very frustrating, and I feel like this is a big reason that the fandom has a lot of issues, is it feels frustrating to watch these characters continuously dance around each other. It's really frustrating to watch a show where the characters continuously, and I do mean continuously, find out that each other are the people that they like the whole time. There's so many freaking episodes where their identities have been revealed and then wiped. Their memories wiped. Adios. Goodbye. No longer in the plot. They don't remember each other or anything. This has happened more times than I can count. It is kind of ridiculous at this point. Like, I'm gonna be real here. I like Miraculous as much as the next person, but I think it should have ended a lot sooner than it did, because the dancing around is too much. Way too much. And as someone who likes books, who likes movies, and really likes plot points of things, I do have to say, the plot writing of this show is really horrendous. And I want to first of all say that the creator is very horrendous as well. If you don't know, the creator of Miraculous Ladybug, multiple times, this is not just me like pulling something out of my butt, like you can literally like watch videos, like essay videos on this man, where he literally fights with people in his fandom about his show. Fights with them as the creator. Like, I've seen so many people talk about just like theories and, or, you know, maybe a better plot, you know, like they have a different idea for how it should have went, and he'll literally sit there and fight with minors. But yeah, don't love the director, creator. Don't love him, not gonna lie. Not gonna shade that over. Like, I don't like him. It's okay. That's my opinion. I don't like him. His show was alright until it wasn't. That's just my 2 cents. Is Miraculous Ladybug good? Yes and no. Is the writing good? Yes and no. Is the love plots good? I don't know, you tell me. Stand by my point that I do think Miraculous Ladybug would have been a better show if they ended it at maybe season 3 and kind of wrap things up a bit, kind of move the plot along, less like dancing around each other, less like side stuff, move the plot along. Get these two together already. We know that Marinette and Adrian are going to be canon. We just know that. If they're not, I'm gonna shoot myself in the foot on camera. Like, it's really ridiculous at this point. It's ridiculous. We know they like each other. They know they kind of like each other. It's crazy, okay? As an audience, we're tired. We just want to see these people get together and just like be done with it. It's tiring. I have never watched a show before in my life where the triangles and love scenes and whatever made me frustrated. That should tell you something. So this is my spiel of Miraculous Ladybug and the weird romances that they have in this. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie, the best couple, Ollie and Nino. Julika and Rose. I don't know if they're necessarily canon, but they're canon to me. 2 best couples. Sorry, I said it. I ain't taking it back either. So let me know down below in the comments, what do you think about Miraculous and just the way that relationships are portrayed? What do you think about all of the crazy like things that Marinette has done over the years with stalking Adrian and just being a little bit too obsessed for her own good? What do you think about her and Shat, her and Adrian, her and Luca? How do you think that was handled? I want to know your guys' opinions. If it's different than mine, that's okay. I just want to know. I want to see what the fandom thinks, because I think it's really important at Thomas to hear from the fandom and, you know, understand why they feel a certain way about your show. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. I have a Ko-fi link down below if you want to help support, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye!